Infrastructure Minister Darren Chester is set to be dumped in Malcolm Turnbull's reshuffle, with Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce instrumental in the decision to axe the well-regarded Cabinet Minister. Mr. Joyce is now expected to take over the portfolio of his Nationals colleague, and there are suggestions he will keep the water portfolio but surrender agriculture. Rookie Queensland Nationals MP David Littleproud is favourite to take Mr. Chester's cabinet post, in a meteoric rise from the backbench just 18 months after he entered Parliament. The promotion of Mr. Littleproud, who was one of just 4 MPs to vote against same-sex marriage and called for a division on the issue, would give the Queensland Nationals a second cabinet post, at the expense of Victoria. It is not clear if Mr. Littleproud or Nationals Deputy Leader, Bridget Mackenzie, will pick up the agriculture portfolio, but both will enter cabinet. Another of Mr. Joyce's political opponents in the Nationals party room, Queensland Junior Minister Keith Pitt, has also been dumped as Assistant Minister for Trade and Tourism. The expected decisions to dump Mr. Chester and Mr. Pitt were a surprise to some in the Nationals party room, and interpreted by several MPs as political payback by the Deputy Prime Minister, both men backed in Senator Bridget Mackenzie in the recent contest for Nationals Deputy Leader, rather than Mr. Joyce's pick of Senator Matt Carver. Demands for Queensland to have a second Nationals Cabinet Minister also played a part in the decision to dump Mr. Chester. There are 4 Nationals MPs from Victoria in Parliament, and 8 Nationals-aligned MPs in the Queensland LNP. Mr. Turnbull is also expected to announce Liberals Dan Tehan and Paul Fletcher will move into Cabinet later on Tuesday, but it is understood that former Cabinet Minister Susselet may now miss out on a return. Social Services Minister Christian Porter will replace George Brandis as Attorney General, and Senator Brandis will head to London in January to be High Commissioner. Industry, Innovation and Science Minister Arthur Syodios, who is battling cancer, is also expected to step down when the reshuffle is announced. New South Wales MPs Craig Lord and Angus Taylor and Queenslanders John McVeigh and Stuart Robert and Karen Andrews are all considered possible promotion candidates for other junior ministry vacancies that will be created. The other Cabinet Minister said to be in the running for the job of Attorney General was Employment Minister Michaelia Cash. However, she has been damaged by the recent resignation of a staffer, who tipped off media about a raid on union offices, and accusations she initially misled Parliament over the matter. Mr. Porter's expected promotion from Social Services to Attorney General, he is a former Treasurer and Attorney General in the Western Australian Parliament, will trigger further changes to the Cabinet, and the outer ministry. Immigration Minister Peter Dutton will also be sworn into the new super portfolio of Home Affairs, which includes immigration, the Australian Border Force, the Australian Federal Police and Spy Agency ASIO, the last of which was previously in the Attorney General's portfolio. The Prime Minister will also need to fill the outer ministry of Special Minister of State, which was recently vacated by now Senate President Scott Ryan.